Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a very exciting episode of Fandom Fights. Nick, I don't know what's happening today. I know that Back to Formula's here. That's all I know. I literally don't know anything else. I'm so dumb. But you're here. How are you?
Great.
Okay. So back to Formula. Jake Marangoni, MVP of the last one standing, turning in his number one contender shot, gave him a few options based off of matches that happened earlier in the act. And he picked one. We don't know who it is, but we're going to find out. So Nick, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited. His three options were Galacti's Nuts, Young Justice, and Wookiee Mistake. One of those three teams is here today to try and play back Formula in their second contender match, and they're hoping to capitalize. They've done well in both like events that gift you contender matches or title matches this year. Mark winning the Fandom Frenzy along with Albert, and Jake being the MVP in the last one standing have really been fruitful for Back to Formula. Let's see if they can capitalize it. Hopefully they chose smart.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We'll get into it right now, starting with the promos.
So Mark, I don't like being in this situation. We've trusted an Australian that watches Spider-Man and drinks heavily. So it could either be people that light the fuse but have a bomb that goes off directly in front of them all the time, or Fun Dunkum and Abel, the most annoying jackass champion in the entire league that messages people at midnight and tells them, hey, hop on a call. So, Jake, at the end of the day, hope you didn't fuck this up. Let's play.
You fucked up.
Nick!
I'm so surprised!
Whoa! Oh my God! This is... What's that? Thoughts, Nick?
Young Justice is here. I'm excited. We haven't seen them back as a team until they upset Rule of Two in order to be in contention for this. Before that, they were in a contender match themselves. It didn't work out. They lost to Galacti's Nuts. If Back to Formula wins, we get to see Formula versus Duel of the Fates. I'm excited for that. If Young Justice wins, the long-awaited Duel of the Fates, Young Justice 2 is happening. And Young Justice also played Second Breakfast Club, which if I was listing things in exciting order, they would have said that first.
Very forgettable. There's a person on that team that sucks. So let's get into it, starting with round number one. Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number one is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 10 seconds to write down their answer individually on their whiteboard. It's 15 seconds. I'll give you an extra 5. 15 seconds. To write down your answer on their whiteboard after 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece. Should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we begin round number one?
No, good luck, guys.
All right. Your first question will come in the category of
horror icons.
That's correct.
Okay.
Your first question will come in the category of horror. I was on the wrong thing and the wrong place. Your first question will come in the category of horror icons. In Halloween Ends, Lori fakes her death by pretending to shoot herself with Corey in the house. What specifically does she actually shoot instead?
Did you see this in the theater, or did you wait till it showed up on my Vudu?
I did see it in the theater.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
I remember seeing this with Maggie, and it ended, and we looked at each other, and we were both like, why? 5.
That's a good question.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Cameron.
You said Corey in the house, and I got distracted. I wrote pumpkin.
Jake.
Probably it's a pumpkin.
Let's go to Javi.
A pumpkin?
And Mark.
Okay, I don't want to show it.
Okay, pumpkin is the correct answer. So Justice leads 2-1. Your next question is in the category of Worlds of DC. Who owns the jet that the Justice Society flies to Kahndaq on in Black Adam? have a lot of jokes in my head that I don't want to say.
Me too.
Because they would give things away.
Correct.
What's going on with your shirt?
It's on me.
25 what? 5, 4,
25, 5, 1.
2, 1. Pens down. Jake, let's go to you.
I said Hawkman.
Let's go to Javi.
His one power is that he flies and he has a jet. Hawkman.
Let's go to Mark.
I said Dr. Fate.
And Cameron.
I also said Dr. Fate.
Hawkman is correct. So it is 3-2. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of Disney animation. Name both Disney animated films where the brother of the main character dies.
Sad stuff. Shooting pumpkins.
Animation.
Brothers dying. It's all very sad.
Yeah. What's going on with your shirt?
It's got a Batman symbol on it. It's the Batman.
Cool. Mine too.
Both of our shirts have black and red though. 5, 4.
As planned. You texted me.
Repeat.
All right, that's gonna be a repeat for Justice.
Question again. Name both Disney animated films where the brother of the main character dies.
You're laughing at the way I said Justice.
Mostly because I just watched a certain film, and I think I can say this safely, where there's a quote in there, and someone really badly says, "Hunger for justice," and that's made me think of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You saw that movie?
I know what movie you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
fair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to start with Javi.
Could only come up with Brother Bear.
We're going to go to Mark.
That makes sense. I said The Lion King and Tarzan.
No. Let's go to Cameron.
I had Brother Bear for a long time, unless it's Sword in the Stone, maybe?
No. And Jake.
I also had Brother Bear, and I couldn't come up with the second one, so I just said the Black Cauldron.
You all got the old one. Brother Bear and Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 is the other one.
Wow.
For some reason, I forgot about
No
3D
perfect
animation.
rounds today,
3D
Nick. Your next question is in the category of DreamWorks animation. Who voices the prison warden in Megamind? Not to be confused with Small Mind, aka Bucky.
Or Mega Foot,
No. I actually like that movie a lot. But
aka never mind. That would have been a mean joke.
what? Who's got a big foot?
I don't know. Whoever I was gonna say probably doesn't, but like it'd be funny.
Fair.
Susan.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mark.
I said Stephen Colbert.
Let's go to Cameron.
J.K. Simmons.
Go to Jake.
I said you a box of Christmas meat. J.K. Simmons.
And Javi.
Megamind is a menace. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons is the correct answer. 5-3. What's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of James Bond. Which Roger Moore series Bond girl is a clumsy undercover CIA agent who is secretly working for the main villain? We just need first name.
I'm tired.
Why?
Been up since early in the day.
Sleep longer.
Yeah, you know what? I should just get on that right away. I did take an hour nap earlier, though. Thank you, Maggie. 5,
Solutions.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Cameron.
I know one of them is named Anya.
Let's go to Jake.
It's from Moonraker, but I couldn't remember her name, so I said Jane.
Let's go to Javi.
I don't think it is from Moonraker. I said Mary, and I think her last name is Goodnight.
Let's go to Mark.
Said Mary.
All incorrect. We're looking for Rosie. Rosie Carver.
Live in there.
It's from the wrong way.
So your next question is in the category of scores and soundtracks. What song plays over the opening credits of the film Deadpool?
What's the matter, Tim?
Nothing. I can't say. Do you know?
I may.
All right. Well, I'll tell you after this question.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I know.
I think I know, but
5, 4, 3,
do I?
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
It was better used in Charlie's Angels. Angel in the Morning.
Let's go to Javi.
Angel of the Morning.
Let's go to Mark.
Oh, fuck.
The Careless Whisper.
And Cameron.
Yeah, I believe Tyler Butler once serenaded Mark Menchaca with this song, Angel of the Morning.
Angel of the Morning. Of the Morning is corrected. Yes, that is why I was laughing. So 7-3. That's what I have, Nick.
Forgot about that. That is, yeah, that's what I do.
All right, go ahead, Nick. What's next?
Your next question comes in the category of Star Wars. In The Empire Strikes Back, Yoda first tells Obi-Wan's ghost that he cannot teach Luke because Luke has no what?
Yeah, I could not remember what the match was, but I just remember Tyler going, I don't know. It kind of goes like, just call me Angel of the Morning.
Angel
Oh, Angel of the Morning.
Oh, you're so right. That definitely happened.
I just remember Mark being like, if you gotta sing it, sing it. Like, go.
That's so true.
It's so good. Was that it? That was a teams match with them? That's great.
Yeah, it was.
5,
100%.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's go to Javi.
Oh, geez. I said training. I don't know. I don't remember.
Let's go to Mark.
I said Patience.
Let's go to Cameron.
I too have written Catwoman's first name. Patience.
Jesus Christ. And Jake.
Patience.
Patience is correct. So formula cuts into the lead a little bit. It is 8-5. Your next question is in the category of DC.
You just tap me in if you need it, Tim.
What?
You tap me in if you need it. I'm ready. I'm on standby.
Are there hard names coming up? Oh boy. Okay, guys. Which DC film features performances from Oscar Janada, Jason Patrick, and Columbus Short?
That name may also be pronounced Haneda.
Ooh.
But everything
Soft
else.
J.
Everything else. Great job.
Yeah, soft J. Like Javi.
Quite
I don't know if that's a soft J. I think that's just a weird J.
It's fair.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Mark. We're starting with you.
I said The Kitchen.
Let's go to Cameron.
I said The Losers.
Let's go to Jake
I also said The Losers.
and Javi.
Really?
The Losers.
The Losers is correct. So 10-6 is what I have, Nick. What is the next question?
We'll move to your penultimate question, which comes in the category of Pixar. What is the first name of Dory's mother in Finding Dory?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
For me?
Do they have a last name?
I know, but
I know. I love it. Just in case. I get it.
I don't know.
I get it. I think it's funny.
I'm looking it up right now.
Dory Smith. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Cameron, we're starting with you.
Marie.
Let's go to Jake.
I said Helen.
Go to Javi.
Diane.
Are we gonna get 4? And Mark.
I said Helen.
Jenny is the correct answer.
Jenny.
All right, guys. Your final question is in the category of American Spies. Your question. What specifically does Jack Ryan have as a gift for his daughter on the plane at the end of The Hunt for Red October?
Yeah, I'm also cross-referencing. It's looking like full name is just Dory, though she does have some nicknames like Kelp Cake or Little Blue.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yes, no last name.
Can you speak whale like Dory? You should ask the next question like that. 5,
Yeah, you want to go ahead?
3,
I'm sure there's a multiverse
2,
where there's
That's
random
like a wolf.
Pens down. Let's go to Jake.
I put a non-specific gift.
Great.
Javi.
I said a Barbie doll. I don't remember.
Why not even get Mark
Is that a snow globe?
and Cameron?
Teddy bear.
A teddy bear is
Ooh.
correct. So Cameron hits
Okay.
that, making it Nick. I'm gonna be honest, a little bit of an underwhelming 11-6. How we feeling, Nick? Was that the score you got?
I'm whelmed.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
11-6. 11-6. Let's get into
Great.
it. Round number 2. How's it gonna work, Nick?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. If Tim would be a little more optimistic. It's the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 Fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again. But they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. They'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to check down the multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are going to be read to you by Tim.
All right, your categories on the wheel today.
No. I have the wheel. Quiet, Tim. Disney Animation, Planet of the Apes, DreamWorks, Star Wars, Sci-Fi Icons, DC, Marvel, James Bond. Tim, now you may speak.
All right, Young Justice, you're in the lead. Do you want to spin first or defer to back to formula?
Second.
Cool.
Okay.
You're muted, Joe.
Joe, you're muted.
If that's what you guys want to do, you know what my advice is.
Yeah, we're gonna spin second despite
Yeah,
your
we'll spin
advice.
All right. That's the idea.
Thanks, Joe.
Right.
Appreciate it, though.
Yoicks. All right, we're gonna bring in Cody. This is
Yeah.
gonna be the spin for back to formula.
He never won a belt, so I wouldn't listen to him anyways.
A lot of awkward tension today.
Shit. Okay, so I'm very underwhelmed out of that round 1, but we have a rule here in Fandom: when you don't get Spider-Man questions in round 1, this is a bullshit game in general, so it's under protest. Anyways, shit, I don't like this at all.
I mean, there's like one category I don't want, and
Listen, I know how this shit's gonna go. We're gonna spin whatever we're gonna spin, and then they're gonna get fucking animation and some shit. So I say spin again and see what the fuck happens. We're down 5. What the world? Maybe we can go home early if this doesn't go well.
I'll just say, Jake, I'll be less help on this category.
Boom!
Right,
And I only
yeah.
know one. I only know one planet to challenge, so we're gonna spin again.
Yeah, let's spin again.
All right, this spin brought to you by
If it ain't
Universal.
Geonosis, we're gonna be screwed.
Look at that.
Marvel.
And we're back in it. Let's go.
All right, Nick, would you please read back to formula their questions in the category of Marvel?
Gladly. Back to formula. Prepare for your questions in the category of Marvel. All right, your first question. Which Marvel film features a man living in a turned-over water tower?
That's Logan.
Yeah.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays General Hager in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer?
That's Andre Bauer. I'm sorry, Andre Bauer. Andre Bauer. Final answer.
That is incorrect. Young Justice, chance for the 2 point steal.
It's Andre Brower.
Andre Brower with the Andre Brower final answer.
That is correct for a 2 point steal.
I would like to kill myself. Can someone pass me a knife for a piece of rope?
I thought you were going to say I would like to talk to Cody, and that took a left turn. All right. We'll go back to formula. Back to formula, your third question. In The Amazing Spider-Man, what food item does a wounded Peter give to Aunt May after the final battle?
Eggs. Yeah.
You know,
Eggs.
here's your
Final
man.
answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
That's a cool scene. I like that.
Back to formula, your penultimate question. In Kick-Ass, Frank D'Amico owns what specific type of business that Big Daddy destroys the building of?
I can picture the scene. I don't know if I can
Oh.
get the specific.
I think
There's
he
only
owns
two.
like it's like a lumber yard because like there's a whole bunch of wood or like a
Is
hardware
it?
store probably. Like that would probably be what they're looking for.
Hardware store?
5,
Because
You feel good
he's
with
in a
it?
3,
Right.
2.
This is a hardware store. Final answer.
I'm going to say that is incorrect. Young Justice, chance for the 2 point steal.
It's a lumber store.
Okay.
Yeah, lumber store final answer.
Let's say that is correct for a 2-point steal.
Let's bring Cody in just
Yeah.
because I think this is the time we use the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really familiar with the scene, but if they just sell wood product, I think we're getting into semantics of what this store really
Is
is.
this like motel
Unless it's a
hotel
name.
sort of?
But if they're selling
challenge?
tools and stuff, I think it can consider. So we'll
I mean,
throw
like,
a
there-
challenge. Yeah, we'll throw a challenge.
I mean, just in general, like if you're a lumber, you're also like a hardware store.
Just let them cut. We will challenge.
We'll be right back after this challenge. Hey, we're back from the challenge. Nick and I went to the movie, looked at it, and it does appear that Frank's store sells more than just lumber. It is called Frank's Lumber Store, something supply. There you go. But they sell much, much more. Watch the film, you'll see. 13 to 12. So we're accepting hardware store is the end result. It is 13 to 12, and we are going to move on to Formula's, I believe, final question.
That's correct, Tim.
Okay.
Back to Formula. Your final question in the category of Marvel. Besides her own side and his fists, what other object does Bullseye use to cut Elektra during their final fight in Daredevil?
It's a
Playing card, right?
playing card. Yeah, a magic. Playing card. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. The lead at the end of
He
Back
is
to Formula
magic.
round number 2.
There we go. Bullseye.
All right. So I have Formula getting their total up to 14, but with the steal, Justice is at 13.
That's correct.
Okay. So we're going to bring back the wheel, which you will have to share again, Nick. Sorry. But we will bring in Mr. Farrelly, and this will be the spin for Young Justice.
Just gonna bring out my whiteboard and write a 2 on it. Preemptively and put that away.
Is it showing?
Yeah, we got it. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, great.
Planet of the Apes.
I think with the points the way they are, I think we could potentially spin again and go for something better. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's not bad. Like, I just rewatched all of them, but attempting to retain any information from movies like Beneath or Battle for the Planet of the Apes is absolutely impossible. So, yeah, let's spin again.
Cool. Spin again, please, Tim.
All right. This is going to be the final spin for Young Justice. Lands on Star Wars. All right. Young Justice, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Star Wars. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Your first question. Which Star Wars film features a kidnapped victim dying just as they are being rescued?
That's
Attack of the
Anakin's
Clones?
mom.
Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Lieutenant Connix in The Last Jedi?
Billy Lord.
Okay.
Billy Lord, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Your third question. What specifically are the Ewoks using as drums during the celebration at the end of Return of the Jedi?
It sounds like it'd be like Stormtrooper helmet, but I don't know.
That's a solid guess, but I think we should go multiple choice.
That's a good idea.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, droid legs, B, stormtrooper helmets, C, fallen rocks, or D, Imperial officer corpses.
Jesus.
That last one is excessive. I think B is our best guess.
Yeah, let's go Stormtrooper helmets, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Jeez.
There are a lot of pressure to write things. Anyway, next.
Your next question. What does Han do at the end of the mission with Beckett that causes him to punch Han in the face on Vandor at the beginning of Solo?
I don't remember this.
I don't confidently remember it either.
Multiple?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, explodes the bridge too early, B, crashes the ship, C, falls off the train, or D, drops the payload.
Ooh. The last one sounds familiar, but
I trust you on Star Wars more than I trust me.
I don't know though.
My leaning was A, but
Yeah, go for it. I trust you, buddy.
A, final answer.
That is incorrect. Back to formula. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, explodes the bridge too early, B, crashes the ship, C, falls off the train, or D, drops the payload?
I believe it is D, drops the payload.
Yeah, because he's mad because they lost out on money. So.
Yeah, drops the payload, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
I should have trusted you.
Yeah, I didn't trust myself, so you're good.
And your final question, Young Justice. What is the specific name of the object that Zori gives to Poe to allow them onto Kylo's ship in The Rise of Skywalker?
I can't remember.
I know the general idea behind it, but yeah.
Do you want to go multiple?
Yeah.
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, First Order Badge, B, Captain's Medallion, C, Hex Charm, or D, Superior Emblem.
It's B. It's the Captain's Medallion. I knew it was a medallion of some sort, but I didn't remember it. So B, final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. So, Nick, at the end of round number 2, I have Justice at 19, but with the steal formulas at 15. Is that what you have?
No. I have 20 to 15.
Great.
Why?
Well, we'll double check. We'll be right back with round number 3. All right, 19 to 15, round number 3. Nick, how's it going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. There's going to be 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once the teams hear the category, they can choose who will take the question. The other player will have to take question 2. They can reset on questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th and final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 3?
No.
Okay. All right, then the first category that you can bet points on is... It's my favorite. It's Middle Earth. All right, let's get bets, starting with Young Justice, who's taking it. How much are you betting?
I will be 4-0.
Okay, and Formula, who's taking it, and how much?
The guy's favorite stats only.
You guys disappoint me. If either of you get this correct, I'm pissed. All right, your question in the category of Middle Earth. Name one of the 3 dwarves who can be seen burying a chest inside the troll cave in an unexpected journey.
Such a good question.
This is one of those name a dwarf questions.
Name one of 3, in fact.
Yeah.
Expertly crafted.
No.
This is an expertly crafted question. I love it.
I agree.
Oh, I'm fucking tired.
Fuck it.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, Javi.
Dwalin.
No. And Mark.
I think every time I get a Middle Earth question, it's like, hey, name one of these dwarves. It's like Gloin.
That's correct.
You don't fucking know. Get the fuck
The
out of here.
answers are Bofer, Gloin, and Nori.
You can tell me all 3 of those are fake, and I'd believe you.
It is 19 to 15 still. Nick, what's the next category?
Next category I'm going to points on is DC.
Let's get bets starting with Formula and Jake.
2.
All right, and Cameron.
I don't believe in Superman. 0.
All right. What is the question, Nick?
Your question in DC. Who plays Dr. Cross Williams, the ringleader of the Gladiator Circus in Jonah Hex?
Great film.
Thank you. I made it.
Nice. This movie famously came out the same weekend as another Fandom film and crashed and burned at the box office. It was hilarious.
Which one?
Came out the same weekend as Toy Story 3. 5.
Oh,
That means this movie came out on my 10th birthday.
1. Pens down. That makes me feel old as fuck. Cameron.
Is Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this movie?
He is, but that's not the answer. And Jake.
Said Will Arnett.
Also in the movie, but not the answer. We were looking for Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon.
Oh yeah.
I know. I forgot his name.
Nick, we still have a game. It is 13 to 19. 3 categories remaining. The next category, you can reset who takes it, and the category is Marvel. Let's get bets starting with Young Justice. Who's taking it and how much?
I'll take it for 1.
Okay, and Formula, who's taking it and how much?
Me for 2.
All right, lots of things can happen. Here is the question in the category of Marvel. Which Marvel film features an agent undercover as a famous artist?
I would say only 2 things could happen.
That's not true. Javi could hit, Jake could miss, Jake could hit, Javi could miss, they both could hit, they both could miss.
We could stop or keep going.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we are going to go to Jake.
Men in Black 3.
And Javi.
Get ready for some deep cuts. Men in Black 3.
And your winners, Young Justice, Men in Black 3 is the correct answer. Nick, crazy match. Honestly, like, it kind of seemed like maybe Justice was running away with it, but Formula was able to get a steal in round number 2 and kind of capitalize a little bit there. And, you know, round 3, it happens. I don't blame Mark for betting 0 on Middle Earth. There was a tougher DC question, a deep cut movie that not a lot of people love. But that's the game when you're playing in contender matches. That's the game. Thoughts, Nick?
Yeah, no, indeed, Tim. I was just gonna say something, but you just enraptured with your words, your spoken words. The Brower Bauer situation, I'm sure we've referenced before. And Cody said it in behind one of those title things where you saw the category. We were talking behind those, and Cody referenced a match where Jake's team played Cameron's team and came down from a 9-point deficit. So I knew going into round 3 that it was still anyone's game, and they definitely proved it. But Young Justice able to secure the victory. I'm excited for what comes next, but let's focus on the past right now.
All right, let's do post-match interviews. We'll start by talking to Jake and Mark and Cody. Nick, take it away.
Jake and Mark and Cody. Bit of a slow start. Round 1 took you a second to get your footing. Big slip up in round 2. I don't want to shine too much light on it, but like Bauer. That was a heartbreaker for me. When you were like, Brower, I was like, yep, 2 points. And then switch, I was like, oh no. But beyond that, you guys played absolutely fantastic. I think you came back when you did. I don't blame you for not betting on Middle Earth because, Mark, if I told you you were wrong, would you have called me out on it?
No, 2 dwarves' names.
That's fair. Guys, I think you did great. I think you have done very great things this year. You've gotten knockouts. You've played in 2 contender matches. Now you both won special events. I'm excited to see you come back, even though you didn't win today. First of all, how are you feeling about the match? And then I'll tell you what's next for you
all. We're not feeling great. But overall, like, this is how the match kind of went. It was round 1. Like, if we got 6 points in round 1. We had a very bad round 1. We knew that going in, like, how that played. So it didn't really matter where we were facing 5 points, and it ended up being 5 point, like, almost every step of the way throughout. So even with that steal, if he doesn't let that seal up, we're still in it, but we would still have to bet. And I would have probably sent Jake out there for a 2-pointer on DC again. It would have still been the same Jonah Hex question. He would have missed it, and we would have still been fighting tooth and nail. The Marvel question was, I mean, not complaining difficult. It was just like, as soon as it was asked, both players knew it instantly, so there was no wiggle room on that. So, no, Young Justice is a good team. I think they have, like, some weaknesses, of course, because, like, they're animated, they know the stuff, but I think they're a good team. The exciting part is now, like, you know, Jake and Mark play this. They want to do well. They want to do good. They've surprised themselves this season, I would say, like winning the events, winning the MVP in Fandom. They have fun. They want to answer Spider-Man questions when they get them. But there's a person coming she's in a very bad mood. She's in a very pissed off mood state, honestly. And I feel Mark and Jake, to be honest, you lucked out. You don't have to face that behemoth that's coming because she is not counting down the days since Abel took that belt, and she does not plan to lose the team belt. So I think they'll be back. They're a good team. I love how they play together. And again, I thought the name was correct, but you know what? That's why I don't play trivia, people. That's why.
Fair. Guys, this is not the end of your road this year. You may not be challenged for the title now. You will have one last attempt. You have now been entered into the fall teams tournament.
That's
cracking skulls. Here we come.
They're going to be what, the 14th, 15th seed of that tournament?
Let me just
Probably.
I actually have the answer for you right now.
Oh,
Hey, a 16's beat a 1. We can do this.
You will be no lower than the 11 seed.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel
Spider-Man was in 11th grade at some point. Think about that.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Great thoughts.
I would say that this is, winning events is great and all, but I think if we crowned, at the end of the year, we do the awards. I think we do biggest fandom loser. It's probably going to go to me because I've lost 3 number 1 contender matches. And I think I'm starting to sort of see the end of my time in fandom. Not this match specifically, but I think after this season, I don't think it's going to get any better than how we've played. But yeah, I mean, we'll play a tournament and then lose in round 1. That'll be fun.
We could win. Think about that.
I mean, I'll say hopefully next match I'm more help. I got 1 point in round 1. Like I was useless. There's something about whenever Javi's face is on screen, I forget how to spell my name. Like I don't know what it is. Like whenever he's here, I play hard.
I have the same feeling every time I show up. But hey, if Jake drops out, License to Chill will come back next year. Me and Mark can team again. All right.
All right. Well, guys, great job. I think there was some great stuff that you can take into the tournament. If it's a last hurrah for back to Formula, I'm excited to see it. But we will see you in that tournament, and it will be a time. Tim, I'm just gonna bring people in now as we bring in our winners today. Slowly and surely, Young Justice. I don't want to bury the lead, but I'm going to. It's the Duel of the Fates rematch. I know you just beat back to Formula, and I want to hear about that. But you are the only 2 teams to have taken down to Duel of the Fates. Could be good. You could be going into the match saying like they're nervous because they've lost us before. Could be bad. You'd be going into the match and they'd be saying, "Well, we've lost to them before." Thoughts on today's match and the future?
I think let's start with today. I feel good about today. Round 1, we had a solid lead. Missed some things that maybe we shouldn't have, but overall it was good. Round 2, we worked our way through it. We got some good steals and all that. And then round 3, we played that betting round, I think, at the perfect way we needed to. I have said before, there is no shame in betting 0 on a question. As much as it's just like, this question's a wash and it doesn't mean anything. If you're going to bet on a thing that you might miss, then like that's a worse decision. So we did that how we need to. Yeah, overall, I feel good about how we did today for the most part. Javi.
Yeah, I feel good too. I think we could have done a little stronger in round 1. I'm really annoyed about Big Hero 6 actually because I rewatched that literally a week ago.
I watched it like last month. Yeah,
didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, I think we played round 2 with Star Wars. Like Star Wars is something that it's not our bread and butter like most other teams. I think we navigated it pretty well. And yeah, we bet where we needed to. One quick thing though is I think there are 3 people in this entire community who I think should have a belt in fandom and have never held one. And I think there's only one who deserves to have played it for that much. And I think Cam is easily the one that it's shocking to me that he's never played for a title.
I've been here for 4 years.
I'm super happy that I was able to help him to some degree get to a title match.
Javi, you have done You have done what Kaleb Koho could not do. You have done
And
what
Redshaw.
Redshaw could not do. You have dragged my ass to a title.
Yeah, I dragged your ass. That's right. No, but yeah, as for Duel of Fates, I think we got very lucky the first time around, if I'm being honest. I think it was well earned. I'm not saying it was like, I think we got lucky and like it was a fair match. I think we played like one of the best matches we've ever played against Duel of Fates.
Yeah.
But I think we got lucky. So I'm not expecting us to be, obviously it's Duel of the Fates. They're one of, if not the greatest team playing. I say one of because Wookiee Mistake is still around. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not looking forward to deep cutting. I'm not really worried. We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Joe, as a person who is no stranger to the title arena, what is your advice against two people going for their first title against someone you are very familiar with playing against in title matches in the form of Brittany and Tyler?
Look, having Cam, and this is nothing on them. This is what you have to do in the title match that I have to do. It's going to take, it takes work. Those 2 extra rounds, you think, it's only 8 extra questions. But
those are like hard questions.
They're hard questions. Yeah. They are. There's a lot of work.
The easy questions that I can answer,
I will say I'm very proud of the way they played in this match. There was a few setbacks and there was moments where they could have lost their heads a little bit, and I don't think that happened. There was points where the match was almost safe, and I think Harvey in that Marvel question betting one was a very, very good thing. I think maybe adolescent justice now instead of young justice, and if they win the titles, we can go to mature justice.
Full grown justice coming soon to a theater near you.
When we eventually retire, we'll be old justice.
But yeah, we're gonna hunker down. I'm gonna watch a bunch of movies that I actively hate, probably, and hate my life, and probably convince someone to not only watch those with me but stay in a relationship with me while doing so.
Very good.
I did it.
Thanks.
I was about to say that's the key. If you can get them to watch the terrible films with you, they're a keeper.
Yeah.
I will say one thing though about not just Young Justice but also Back to Formula, who played a great match, and
they did.
Jake worked especially hard to get to that position to use those to use the tokens that he had, and Mark's always been a great player. But not only to follow like Middle Earth memes or something, because the fact that you don't know Nori get a shovel is just outrageous.
I know that they're taking the Hobbit's Isengard, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Young Justice, great job. I'm very much looking forward to the Duel of Fates Young Justice rematch. I thought we were going to get it at the beginning of the year. Had to wait a little bit longer, so I'm excited for it. Congratulations. Tim, wrap it up.
Yeah, honestly, I think a really good match. It definitely was a slow start for both teams, but I think both teams came to play in round number 2. And then I said it before. I think the decisions made in round number 3 about both teams, Cody even said it as much of the post match, is correct. Even if Mark bets on Middle Earth, Jake still goes out, bets 2 on DC and doesn't hit it. It's a tough question. I get it. But I'm really looking forward to Duel of the Fates versus Young Justice 2. I would have been excited for both matches, but I think this is the one that kind of like it builds to something a little bit more exciting. And I think that it's going to be really interesting because if I think Cody's right, Brittany's been pissed since losing that belt to Abel. And so and especially going up against a team that she knows that they've lost to before, I'm scared to see that. That's fucking horrifying. So I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see it. And I'm also looking forward to seeing Back to Formula in the teams tournament. So if it is the last hurrah for Back to Formula, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of fucking fun. So I can't wait.
How many teams have had an act named after them?
Yeah, Jake.
We only started doing this like recently,
but yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for watching. I've been Tim. That's been Nick. Thank you to the players. Thank you to the managers. And again to Nick for writing the match. And you know what? I am going to thank myself for editing this one. I have been Tim. We'll see you guys next time on another great match of Fandom Fights. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end. Goodbye, old friend.
kid he has to go.